All right, hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host, Stone Vays. I know I'm totally backlit here. That's why I'm not going to waste any time on camera, and we are going directly to the charts. It is all about the charts. I am, of course, in Dubai. It is here in the morning. Decided to sleep in a little bit. Really should have brought you this video while the East Coast of America is still awake, but better late than ever. I'm sure Australia is very, very happy. Okay, we're looking at the weekly chart. The week is slowly coming to an end. Friday has already started. We have a couple of days to go. There's still a chance that Bitcoin will rally back above $50,000, but those chances are starting to get a little bit dim. This is not a very good looking candle. If we close the candle near the very lows of today's candle, that is not going to be looking very good. And next week will, of course, flip our counts. And the dream of a third consecutive MRI top would completely end. But until that happens, this is still no more than a pullback from a weekly scale. I still think Bitcoin looks fairly strong, and I remain tentatively bullish on the weekly level. The daily level, however, is very, very different. Hey Ozzy, yeah, when I woke up, I saw you were live. I stopped by your stream for a minute. I should just went live right away on my channel with the price of Bitcoin being what it is. Maybe I'll see what it's like tomorrow. Maybe I'll do 2 videos a day, because I do think that we are approaching a fairly critical juncture. Here you see on the daily chart, we were not able to break the 20-period moving average. It was looking really, really good. We rallied all the way up 2 days ago. We pulled back while still closed above the moving average, but yesterday's candle completely took us out. As you can see, yesterday's candle ended up trading lower than the prior day's candle. That's trigger number 1. And today's candle already has started trading lower than the prior candle's low. So I am being fairly conservative here. Right now, the daily chart to me is fairly bearish. I don't like the fact that we are getting very close to the prior swing low at the close. And this is now my next level of concern. This arrow is certainly playing out as expected. I'm going to raise this arrow slightly over towards the moving average, because I think that is the next level of support. I do not see any support in Bitcoin on the daily chart. This red line is not a support line. I do not believe in double bottoms or double tops. I believe they are meant to be broken. So I am now looking for a Bitcoin move down into the low 40s, something we discussed on the show with Willy Woo. Now, Willy Woo did give it a pretty low, very low probability of going below 40,000. At the moment, I do not expect Bitcoin to go below 40,000, but the low 40s is somewhere where I am going to put the rest of my capital into a GBTC, which is a whole other discussion we're going to get to in a minute, or let's get to it right now. GBTC is closing at a 9% negative premium. I never saw that coming. That is very unexpected. I am very surprised no one is arbitraging this. I never anticipated GBTC going even 2% negative, not to mention 9% negative. Had I considered that possibility happening, I would certainly be arbitraging it right now versus the Canadian counterpart. Canada is also launching a legitimate ETF, but there was also QBTC, I believe, and I made sure my brokerage gave me permissions to trade the Canadian version of GBTC. So I would certainly be arbitraging between those. So this is very, very interesting. Well, Someone is asking if we have access to the Canadian. No, it's the opposite. Because GBTC is at a -9 premium, this is where I would be selling the Canadian version of the ETF if it has a positive premium and going into GBTC, because that's the arbitrage play, because that's a 10% that GBTC is going to eventually make up, because it makes absolutely no sense. GBTC is fully backed by Bitcoin. So it makes absolutely no sense how GBTC is trading at a 9% what do you call it, discount, and something like Tether, which we know is not 100% backed by Bitcoin, is trading at par. That is completely insane. So no, this makes me very interested in picking up more GBTC, but unfortunately, because I am now bearish based on the daily chart, I'm not rushing in to buy GBTC even at a -9 premium, because I think there is serious potential for slightly more downside with Bitcoin finally going into that low $40,000 zone. Now, this is very beautiful support at the 50-day moving average. I'll just double check my moving averages here. Oh, that didn't work either. There we go. That is the 50-period moving average. Just wanted to be absolutely sure. And let's look at the premium. Oh, look at that. The premium, the funding rate premium, is also starting to get into the favor of the bulls. But at this point, don't forget there is also the MRI counts that have just started into a new count. I'm still waiting for my red star like we got right there. I really wanted us to reach that perfect buy zone of an MRI buy and the moving average here early March at around 42, and that didn't happen. We turned early. I remained fairly cautious, waiting for a clean break of the 20-period moving average. That did not happen. And therefore, I really hope we don't like go to a full count, but we can. And my ultimate, pullback here is this support line from the MRI at 37,500. Is that possible? Yeah, of course, anything's possible. But I still think this low $40,000 zone, along with the prior swing high, are very, very good support levels. Short-term chart, there is one bright side here. In about 3 hours, you will have an MRI buying opportunity on the 4-hour. I had mentioned this in my last video, that this is a possibility for a potential Bitcoin reversal. So I am going to be looking at this as well. This will happen, going into opening trading hours of the stock market. So I really like to see what the 4-hour chart does with the MRI. You can see right here, the MRI did top the market on the 4-hour. This happened back on March 1st. We had our 1 to 4 candle correction, and then we started trading higher, but we could not get to an MRI sell. This will be an MRI buy coming up in about 2 hours. And that's why I do think Bitcoin will hold this area for a little while. Let's see if this buying opportunity just gives us a 1 to 4 candle correction to the upside, and then more upside. Someone is saying that Socrates mentioned that the bear market has started. That would be interesting. I should give him a call. Maybe I can have him on my channel so he can talk about it some more. I am not yet calling for any bear market. I remain bullish. My weekly chart is still very, very clean and pretty bullish. One quick peek at the 1-hour chart. And on the 1-hour chart, let's see what we got. Not much. We are consolidating. We're doing this consolidation step down. Consolidation step down. We're now in consolidation. So if we do go below this, we could certainly take a big step down again. All right, let's look at the traditional markets. Gold continues to be a basket case. I remain bearish on gold. I've been bearish on gold for quite some time now, and I will remain to be bearish on gold. Where are my targets now? We have fallen pretty far here. This is the daily chart. I may have to turn to a weekly chart in order to establish some kind of a target for gold. And there it is. And there it is. Look at that. The weekly gold that perfectly topped with the MRI on August 10th has finally hit an MRI buy. So this changes everything for me when it comes to gold. I am going to take this seriously. Today is Friday. This is the last candle. Now, here is the bearish news on this candle. This is a very, very bearish candle. That is pretty bad. Did I not see that with the daily chart? Oh, there it is. There are my W's right there. I should have seen that. I don't know why I didn't pay attention. So I do like this MRI buy opportunity right here, but I am not rushing into this. I'm going to wait and see, try to time it with the daily chart. Notice how the daily chart is also going to give me an MRI buy on gold next week. This would be very, very interesting because if you remember, when gold topped, you can see how beautifully it topped with the MRI daily as well. There was daily MRIs right there. There was weekly, and I believe there was a monthly MRI top somewhere right there. So I think the cash market on gold made it slightly better timing than the futures of gold, but I'm not going to get into that now. I'm trying to keep these videos to the shorter side. So this would be great. We'll have a daily MRI buy opportunity in gold coming up next week. So I would be very interested. That could be a nice trade going on there in gold. S&P 500 has now is now trading below a very critical support line. The moving averages are turning. This is not good at all. I would not be long the S&P 500 right now. The weekly chart is still hanging in there by a thread. But let's see what happens next week. We could be looking at a significantly bigger pullback in the S&P. Percent chance that there's a huge crash across the board, not similar to COVID. I think the world is starting to open up. I think people and some countries are starting to understand that people seem to be, bending over and taking the vaccine, where, and that's unfortunate because people haven't been able to just think for themselves. But I don't know. I'm not anticipating a crash right now. I'm not. They're printing too much money. They're going to keep printing too much money. NASDAQ is in a worse shape than the S&P. Quick word about Best Buy, that we're not going to bother with it anymore. I would not be long this name anymore. Would have hit my stop loss either at break even or worst case scenario at the open, yesterday. Shitcoins. Still waiting for a close below 1% on this particular shitcoin, which is B-Trash. And when it does, I'll never look at this chart in my life again. It will be completely irrelevant. Bonds. People are talking about bonds. I had mentioned that there was a weekly MRI buy opportunity in the in long-term bonds, which means I do think that there is a top coming in the yield. I know Powell said he's not going to do anything about it, but he will. And I still believe that the top is in for the interest rate. Everyone is now panicking that the stock market is going to crash because the interest rate is going to rise. And that is when things generally reverse into the other direction. So that's what I would expect. Okay. And that's pretty much it for me. I'm going to just glance at the live chat. My moderators are sending me a couple of questions. Let me just take a look at that real quick. And then maybe I'll answer one or two, and then we're going to call it a day. All right, so let's see what we got. Check the 12-hour and the 479. Sure, I can check those real quick. Here is our daily. I'll change that to the 12-hour. Anything interesting on a 12-hour? Not really. I don't really see anything interesting on a 12-hour. And we can look at the 479-minute mark. This was a joke from a long time ago. But I'll keep an eye on it. Waiting for the MRI. No, don't see anything interesting there either. Sorry, guys. Not much there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Guys, if you're interested in trading education so that you can make all your own analysis and you don't have to watch me do it, you can do it yourself and make all your own decisions, please check out the on-demand videos. If you buy both technical analysis and risk, you get a nice discount together. If you're interested in trading using the MRI indicator, you can find that right there, products and services MRI. And if you're just starting out in trading and you want a free tutorial, please check out the Learn Trading section of tonevays.com. All right, guys, that's it for me. Thank you all so much for watching, and see you all on the next one. All right, how do I turn this off again? I don't know. It's like I'm doing videos for the first time. Wait, Mike. Oh, that's because I'm not on screen share. That's fine. So when I'm not on, there you go. Bye, guys. Still totally backlit. When I don't have the camera turned on, then I don't have the button to end the live stream.